Imagine adding $10,000, $25,000, or even $150,000 or more each month to your revenue. It's possible, and over the next few minutes, I'll show you how owners just like you are getting these amazing results. Owners like Joe and Kathy Scarpito, who more than doubled the value of their practice in less than 12 months, were able to exit and successfully retire to their dream beach home. Owners like Tony Sear, who has grown his annual revenue by more than $2 million and just opened a new location and already has the PT on staff booked out for 2 weeks. Owners like Deepak Sharma, who grew his practice from scratch to over 7 figures in revenue in 5 years, and he did it in Edmonton, Alberta, where the average plan of care is barely $400 and rent is more than $60 a square foot. But before I get into how to make this happen, I want to make something clear. For many of us in private practice, the journey of opening our clinic starts from a place of jadedness. You started out working for someone else, you saw things done in a way that you didn't approve of, a way that you didn't think was right. Many times that involved prioritizing profits over people, saving a few cents versus providing the best possible care. For me, the place I worked at would use the same electrical stim pads for every single patient. I thought that was gross. I made it a point to make sure every patient got their own e-stim pads when I opened my own practice. I bring this up because when we start talking about finances and adding to your monthly revenue, it can bring those old feelings back up. For a lot of practice owners, they think, am I just being greedy? Am I going to start focusing more on profits over patients? When really the point of this isn't about how to build this lavish lifestyle. It's about taking care of your staff, being able to provide bonuses, provide fair pay, being able to compete with hops and pops when it comes to attracting and retaining top talent. It's about taking care of your community, making sure your practice stays open and continues to provide high quality, non-invasive care. Maybe even having the opportunity to expand into new locations, being able to provide those top members of your team and help even more people in pain solve their health challenges naturally. It's about taking care of your family, having more flexibility, more freedom, and less stress. Being able to eventually exit from your private practice with something to show for all the work you put in over the years. And really, it's about the future of PT, because here's where we're at. According to the AMA, right now the Medicare conversion factor is equal to what it was back in 1994, nearly 30 years ago. The proposed cuts of 3.3 to 3.6% for 2024 will actually result in a conversion factor less than 1994. Meanwhile, spending on healthcare is going up. It's up 35% since 2016, but the conversion factor for PT, that's flat. Except that due to inflation, the US dollar today is worth less than half of what it was in 1994. So we're essentially earning half as much today as we were 30 years ago. Why? Multiple studies show that conservative care provides the best outcomes for the lowest cost. We help people get back to normal naturally without unnecessary medications, injections, and surgery. So why is the system rigged against us? What it really boils down to is our value in the marketplace is dictated by the government and insurance companies, and that's trending down dramatically with no end in sight. We can accept it and keep racing to the bottom, or we can find a better way. At Breakthrough, we've put together a new course, a new program showing owners the exact steps needed to improve your profitability and create a sound financial plan for your practice. It's called Profitability Under Pressure. Over the course of 13 weeks, we'll help you implement systems to improve your profit margins by methodically marching through the 7 key areas in your practice so you can grow, get consistent, and leave a bigger impact in your area. You'll learn how to maximize the utilization of clinician schedules, increase the lifetime patient value, drop your lowest payer while renegotiating your rates using our proven templates, and more. Here's a look at some of the topics we're going to cover in this course. Maximize the utilization of clinician schedules, maximizing the utilization of existing square footage, that's your space, increasing lifetime patient value through reactivations, word of mouth referrals, and adding cash pay services, plus dropping your lowest payer, how to attract more of your top payer, how to renegotiate rates, strategic scheduling around group therapy codes, how to diversify coding and avoid redundant coding, strategic scheduling with a focus on revenue. Working through each of these will incrementally increase your revenue, and when you go through everything in sequence, like we do in the course, the results are exponential. Plus, as a bonus, we even have training on how to hire and incentivize your team. Hiring is a huge challenge right now in the marketplace. I've heard plenty of horror stories about owners who take a risk on someone they didn't know was a good fit, only for it to blow up in their face. With this training, you're going to learn how to attract all-stars to your team, people who are responsible, who take ownership, and you'll see how to retain them long-term. On top of that, this isn't something that you're going to have to do alone. When you join Profitability Under Pressure, you'll become a member of the Breakthrough community, working side by side with other owners in the course and also joining a network of thousands of PTs from across North America. You'll have the support of the Breakthrough team to help keep you accountable and making real progress towards the goals of your practice. The first step towards learning more about joining Profitability Under Pressure is to schedule a profitability assessment with our team. On this call, one of our program directors will meet with you to discuss where you're currently at in your practice, your goals, and the best way for you to achieve them. And ultimately, through this conversation, determine if Profitability Under Pressure is the right fit for you. Our goal for this call is to provide you tremendous value all on its own. It's one-on-one and focused on your unique needs. There is no obligation to join the full course afterward if you decide it isn't a fit. To schedule your profitability assessment and learn what changes you can implement to increase the profit margins in your practice, click the button below and then fill out the short application on the next page. After the application, you'll be taken to a scheduling page where you can pick the best time for your call. If none of those times works, don't worry. Our team will reach out to help find a time that does work for you. That said, spaces in the course are limited and we've sold out before. I recommend scheduling the call as soon as possible. And more than anything, I want to encourage you to take action. Even if it's just by implementing what you learn in the free resource you download, implementing what you learned during the profitability assessment, or taking action on what you learn in the Profitability Under Pressure course. Recently, I co-hosted a webinar about Medicare cuts with Mary from BCMS. This webinar has become a tradition for us year after year, more proposed cuts. Now, I'm not telling you to not advocate for PT or submit your comments to the CMS, but to me, it's clear that that's not enough. If you agree and you're someone who wants to be doing more, but isn't sure what steps to take, this call and this course will help you. I invite you to click below and take the next step.